Hey everyone, TJ Hernandez here, and I'm the founder of RosterCoach.com, a classroom-style video-based website that's designed to help you improve your daily fantasy sports game. Today's preview is from a lesson explaining how to select your batters in MLB DFS tournaments. If you like this video, please like and share it, and don't forget to leave a comment below.
This time we're just going to be focusing more on the data I like to look at for targeting pitchers with my bats, and then I'll go into the different statistics I like to look for my bats. One thing I like to do before narrowing down all the hitters that I want to use, I will usually I'll look over my pitcher spreadsheet and kind of write down anywhere from 5 to 8 pitchers on the slate that I feel are terrible that I'm going to want to use my bats against. So a lot of my research is this pitcher part of my spreadsheet, whether it's grabbing the pitcher that I want to use or looking at the pitcher that I want to pitchers that I want to target with my hitters. So I always have it sorted by Sierra. I don't know why. I mean, I feel it's a better indicator of, it's just a very generic indicator of how a pitcher is doing, rather than like ERA or anything like that. The first thing I'm going to be looking for is a lot of red and orange side by side in the average exit velocity and average distance. I feel it's been very beneficial to me to be targeting pitchers that are giving up a very high exit velocity along with a long average distance. This means they're giving up, and also I'll use hard hit percentage to kind of relate to that, as this is pitchers that are giving up balls that are hit hard off the bat and are going distance, and that is going to lead to a lot of hits. It's going to lead to a lot of home runs, and obviously that's what I want from my hitters. And on top of that, line drive rate is also a number that I like. I want a high line drive rate because those are going to be most likely to end up in hits. You see a lot of red in this line. We see Ian Kennedy, almost 90 miles per hour exit velocity, and the highest average distance on this particular slate was 212 feet. So that's good. The thing about Ian Kennedy is he still kind of gets a reputation of being half decent, but I don't think that he is. And there's so many numbers here that just make me scream that I would want to stack against him every single game. Look, 40% hard hit rate, 50% hard fly ball rate, along with the high average exit velocity and distance. He should just be giving up, home run after home run after home run. He doesn't, but the numbers say that he could. For me, it's really like hard hit rate, line drive rate, along with average exit velocity and average distance. These are the numbers that I am looking at primarily if I'm finding pitchers that are 3 out of the 4 categories they fall under. I'm probably going to write their name down as someone that I'm going to want to target with my bats. So once I've got 5 or 6 different pitchers that I want to focus on, I'll write down what their handedness is, and I will go to my 2 batter tabs. This one imports how all batters have been doing against left-handed pitching. Then I have one how batters are doing against right-handed pitching. So if I wanted to, and I have filters and everything, so if I wanted to see how the Astros are doing against right-handed pitchers, I will simply filter them out, and I have all these stats that I want to look at. Strikeout rate is obviously important. I care more about that when I'm using a pitcher against this team, but it's something to have something to concern about. I like to look at all the typical stats, on base percentage, slugging percentage, ISO and WOBA are probably the 2 I like to look at the most, as well as hard hit rate. The reason I like to look at ISO and WOBA, ISO is isolated power, and it basically tells you how often a player is hitting for extra bases. And then WOBA is a weighted on base average. So the difference between a weighted on base average and a batting average is a batting average treats singles, doubles, triples, and home runs as the same, whereas a weighted on base average weights them all appropriately. But because it's an on base average, it also includes hit by pitch and walks. So this is a much more accurate representation of how a player is doing in terms of getting on base and hitting the ball and all that kind of stuff. ISO and WOBA are the 2 stats I would say I look at by far the most for for the hitters. And then, like I said, on top of that, I also want to see hard hit rate.